Hey guys, this is Edward, and I am broadcasting live on Justin.tv/EdwardStarcraft, and we are watching another game here tonight at the GameClucks Seattle StarCraft tournament. This is going to be a Terran versus Terran battle, and hey, these two Terran players have picked very easy to see colors here. Spawning at the top right hand corner, we have a Terran player who has been advancing into the lower bracket so far, advancing a lot with all of his creative play today. He is the Terran player known as PicNic. At the bottom left hand side, we have another Terran player, a very highly ranked Terran player. He's been advancing as well throughout all the ranks, and he is known as Sterling. Now, all of you guys, if you're rooting for Sterling here in the bottom left hand corner, give a quick cheer. And if you're rooting for PicNic, the blue Terran at the top right hand side, give a cheer as well. Okay. Well, this is a Terran versus Terran matchup. It's one of the more exciting mirror matchups in StarCraft 2. And it looks like Sterling going to be starting out this game with a wall off at his choke point. Very interesting play here. Usually in a Terran versus Terran game, most players will not wall off, but PicNic, he's known to go for the Iacoic build in Terran versus Terran, which is where you prioritize mobility over raw firepower. So the Iacoic build relies on Hellions to do a lot of harassment to keep your opponent off guard, and it relies on Banshees and Vikings to do mobile aerial harassment. So Hellions cannot get into a base. They cannot get into the base if there is a wall off, and I guess Sterling, thinking that that's the case, going to be doing this. Another thing is that earlier today I was talking with him, and he was saying that, you know, PicNic, he likes his Blue Flame Hellions. He's going to try Blue Flame Hellion drop, so I'm just going to reactor out some Vikings and defeat his drop and win the game. That's Sterling's game plan for today. So, this wall off does fit within what he wants to do to make sure that Blue Flame Hellions don't get into his base. But, PicNic, he has a tremendous repertoire of different strategies that he uses in all games. Sometimes thought as a cheesy player. Apparently people in the stream for the Destiny show match didn't enjoy PicNic's cheesier play at times. I was talking to the person who runs that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I heard PicNic had some pretty interesting games in this Destiny show match, and he's like, yeah, but 27,000 stream viewers, or 2,700 stream viewers hated him, and I'm like, oh god. But looks like he is opening up with a factory, so he perhaps will be going for a Blue Flame Hellion drop today. He does like that, and we did see a game between him and Kauai Rice like about a month ago where he killed a lot of Kauai Rice's harvesters with his Blue Flame Hellions. The problem with Blue Flame Hellions is sometimes they are a gamble. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. But PicNic going to be going for some Hellions. He does not have a tech lab on his factory just yet, so we're not going to see Blue Flame on these Hellions, but he is actually proxying a starport. Not sure what for, because I guess his opponent Sterling will scan and be like, oh yeah, no starport, I guess no drop, no tech lab, I guess that's Hellions. But yeah, so it's going to be proxying Banshees. So it's going to be interesting play here. Banshees, very powerful in Terran versus Terran. Especially with the stim nerf. You think about that, and it's like, hey, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal. And then you see Protoss, they can attack before stim is ready, and then that causes a big problem for Terran fast expand builds. Zerg, if you do a bust before stim finishes, you basically win the game. And at the same time, Banshees, you can't really kill them with stim without having stim on your Marines. But Sterling, he's prepared. Remember, he wanted to make sure that he doesn't get caught off guard by any sort of Blue Flame Hellion drop, so he's going to have a Viking. He's going to have a Viking to make sure to defend him from any sort of blue flame Hellion drop, and it's also going to defend him from any incoming Banshees. So we have this one blue flame Hellion, and it's almost like a Terran versus Zerg build, you know. You go blue flame Hellions, or I guess regular flame Hellions here, into Banshees. Now Sterling going to be getting a quick Raven as well. Ravens are very useful in Terran versus Terran, because I mean, what they do is that they make sure that you can block Banshee, you can block Viking shots, and make them do basically no damage at all. So this is going to be very potent. Now PicNic, he's going to be getting Cloak. He just finished Cloak on his Banshees, but with this Raven, you know, twofold, right? The point defense drone for defense, and also the Raven can detect. So Sterling in a very nice position, and you know, I guess another thing is that he did see the double gas, and he knows that, you know, double gas is usually an indication of Banshees, and a first Banshee coming in from PicNic. He has a Raven and a Viking already, so his Cloak, all for naught. Sterling defending this Banshee very nicely, and I'm not sure what PicNic is going to go for next. He looks like he's going for some tanks as well, actually lifting his starport to go float all the way back to his base. It's quite an interesting thing, but Sterling going to scout around his base, perhaps to find that proxy starport. He will spot it right over here. That's not good for PicNic, because that means that these mobile aerial forces can go and snipe off this one starport. He's going to lose that starport, going to lose a bit of money worth of buildings. Not the best opening, but now Sterling coming in with a Marine tank push against his opponent. PicNic without too many tanks here in his main base. Sterling, he just scanned his opponent's base. He sees two of these, all three of PicNic's tanks. This is not looking good for PicNic, because Sterling, with his siege tanks, can take out these bunkers. And with the aerial vision, with this Viking and this Raven, he can take out any air units and make sure that he has vision on PicNic's tanks, while PicNic does not have vision on his tanks. So now Sterling going up. Looks like PicNic trying to set up a missile turret, but now at the same time, red flame Hellion going straight into PicNic's base. PicNic does have a missile turret for this Banshee, but this Hellion is going to do some damage. Now these two tanks taken out from the top. That Raven did a nice job with his auto turret. Looks like PicNic actually going to be able to land his starport, but very few defenses in his base now. And now Sterling going to elevator his troops up into PicNic's base. It's going to be very difficult for PicNic to hold this off. He has one tank over here. He has a few Hellions, all red flame, so they won't be able to kill these Marines really quickly. At the same time, this Banshee doing some nice harassment. 15 kills on this Banshee. Nice job there. And we take a look at the Harvester count. Sterling, if his push fails, it's going to be his last push of the game. And now these tanks moving in, taking out these Marines. More tanks sieging up, but guess who has vision? Both players have vision of each other. And now these blue flame Hellions trying to take out the tanks. They do finally have blue flame, but Sterling with two tanks, PicNic's base, and a little bit more vision than PicNic. However, this Banshee, I guess the Banshee was taken out, but that did a lot of economic damage to Sterling. So he is still in PicNic's base, sending in some reinforcements as well. And it's going to be very tough for PicNic to handle. PicNic is going to try to take out, but now Sterling with only one tank left. This blue flame Hellions and Marines trying to take out these units, but these medevacs being very helpful in this tank, taking out these Marines very easily. And PicNic doing a lot of damage, Sterling doing a lot of damage to PicNic, but at the same time, PicNic holding this off. And I'm not sure who is ahead. Let's take a look at the harvester count. PicNic ahead by 8 harvesters. Sterling behind by 8 harvesters. I like to repeat myself. Army value though, Sterling with 1,600 minerals worth of army, 800 gas. And his opponent, PicNic, with a lot less army. So Sterling, having killed a lot of his opponent's army, definitely ahead and still pushing in. Doing a nice Marine drop, trying to take out some of these tanks, and now PicNic having to pull off his SCVs to repair his factory, to repair his tanks, all of this stuff. Now, PicNic taking a second base. I mean, he's already had the second base, but he took a sneaky base over here, a sneaky third base, and this is going to help him a lot. Now, at the same time, Sterling is taking a third base of his own right next to this tech lab. So, Sterling moving into PicNic's base, sieging up his tanks. Ooh, this could be bad for PicNic's harvesters. Let's watch this harvester count, and it looks like not getting targeted down by these tanks at all. So lucky for PicNic, so lucky that there was a tank for all these tanks to target fire, and now PicNic having to evacuate his natural expansion over here. Definitely not something that he wanted to do, but of course he has to do it. Now, at the same time, we have these two starports. They're nearly up. Not sure what they're going to be doing. I think PicNic has forgotten about them for now. SCV's trying to repair this orbital command. The Vikings trying to take down the orbital command. Not much anti-air for PicNic. He doesn't seem to have many Marines, so he has 4 missile turrets up over here actually in his base. But now Sterling in a very nice position. He doesn't know about his opponent's third base though. That could hurt him a little, especially with these starports. Ooh, he's building reactors on them, so we'll see a lot of Viking production from PicNic to regain aerial control that he really needs to make sure that he has control near his base, because I mean his starport kind of down over here, but Sterling, who ever the sneaky person, marching in a Reaper over here to PicNic's base. This Blue Flame Hellion trying to take it out, and those Blue Flame Hellions do actually take down Reapers very quickly, with Sterling in the Harvester lead and PicNic down by Harvesters. His Harvesters also oversaturated at his main base, and his expansion over here just getting muled up. Now he's pumping out a few Vikings over here at his hidden expansion. Sterling still with his units out yet again with a drop over here. There is a missile turret, so it's going to take out that medevac, but a good number of Marines are landing. These Blue Flame Hellions coming in to clean out this drop, and that they do. All these Marines roasting to a crisp. Now Sterling, he knows that the way that PicNic can get out of this contain, you have to take a look at his vision. He sees this area with his sensor tower. He sees this middle area with his Zelnaga tower. He sees this area. He has this area under siege with his units. But now it looks like PicNic going to be breaking this contain. Sterling without stim, he's not going to be able to really kill these tanks really quickly. And now PicNic breaking out of his contain. Let's take a look at the army value, and Sterling still ahead in army value. But looks like PicNic going to be able to retake his natural expansion, and this contain has been broken. But then again, Sterling still having great map vision, but still no idea about that third expansion. So now a few Hellions trying to move right past Sterling's forces, and they do that. But then of course Sterling has a tank over here to take control of, but no, that Hellion still slipping by, and now coming over here into Sterling's mineral lines. Let's take a look at the harvester count. 59 harvesters for Sterling, going down. Not as quickly as you might think, but that's because these Hellions, there's only one Hellion, and now 54 Hellions from 58 for Sterling. Not that big of a deal for Sterling, but then again, he is going to march up one Marine over here, and he is going to scout this hidden base. This is not good for PicNic at all. He needed this base to mine from, and now Sterling is going to be able to move into that base, and PicNic very powerless to stop it. We take a look at army value. Sterling still way ahead of PicNic, and now he's going to pack up his tanks and move in straight to his units over here. PicNic, what are you going to do? He does have one Banshee over here. It's going to be able to take down this tank very quickly. It's looking to take down some supply depots, but no. Go for the SCVs, because that's going to be the easy kill. The easy kill over here for PicNic. And now Sterling taking down this base here from PicNic. PicNic floating all of his units. Now PicNic losing a lot of harvesters. Ooh, going down to 35 harvesters, and he may even lose this one orbital command that he cannot lose at all. And looks like he's just going to float over here. At the same time, we have a few Blue Flame Hellions doing some more harassment over here in Sterling's third expansion. Might get a few more harvester kills, and that they do. Sterling down to 43 harvesters, only 8 harvester difference now, and PicNic going to be muling up this middle base. How funny is that? Sterling not going to be chasing after this? Interestingly enough, he had enough medevacs to lift his units up over there, but I don't know why he didn't do that. Well, so I guess PicNic gets a free base over here. army value. Sterling still building up a huge army value lead. He's ahead by more than 50 food and 60 food actually. So, I mean, even though PicNic's still holding this off really nicely, you know, Sterling is doing a very nice job at increasing his army size, holding off his opponent's harassment. And now he does see this base over here from Sterling now. This one Viking going to try to take down all of these defenseless mules. That's a good idea. Yeah, these mules cannot attack, but guess what? Oh yeah, only 2 Vikings over here. Not that big of a deal. So, hey, this is the one time that we've really used Vikings used offensively. But it looks like Sterling going to move in with his entire army over here. And PicNic losing this base slowly but surely. Sterling coming in over here to take down these destructible rocks, take out this 3rd base. Army value, such a big difference. Sterling way ahead in army value and skyrocketing ahead on workers as well. And now these Marines taking down these starports as quickly as you can say, take down the starports. Exactly, very clever pun there. Taking down this orbital command, and there, I think that was the final blow for PicNic. I'm not sure how he's going to get up. And these blue flame Hellions trying to take down these supply depots. Will they take down the supply depots? Well, not if these Thors can have it. Boom, boom, says these Thors. But vroom, vroom, says the Hellions. PicNic moving out with his tanks. Now, Sterling still setting up a contain over here. It's funny. PicNic has the control of this Xel'Naga tower, but not anymore. Not anymore. And PicNic hold up on 2 bases. His natural expansion is still mining, but his main base is mined out. I cannot see him coming back from here, this right now. But, you know, we've seen much bigger comebacks in Terran versus Terran. I mean, Terran versus Terran is one of the matchups where it is the easiest to come back from if you have good positioning, if you make the right decision. It has to be a snap decision, but I don't think it's going to be that way this game. I mean, Sterling has his bases covered. He doesn't have as good vision as before, but he still has pretty good vision. Now, here we have a Viking battle. Sterling not moving his Vikings all into the battle. That's going to cost him a bit. And he does not have as many Vikings as his opponent, so that's actually going to be a bit costly as well. Sterling pumping out as many Vikings as he can. Apparently he's supply blocked. Oh, Sterling getting supply blocked here, but that's alright. He's going to pump out a few more Vikings, reinforce his units. Scan going down from PicNic, and he's like, how am I going to break down this contain? You know, both players have well, PicNic actually has more tanks than Sterling, but Sterling has a lot of Marines. So, both of them just scanning each other again and again, being like, when can I move in? Nope, not now. What? Not now. Nope, not now. And Sterling actually even building a sensor tower over here. Now, PicNic, being ever so sneaky of a guy, gonna try to move in from this right side, perhaps even elevator over a few of his probes, of his SCVs to start mining. And now a scan goes down, this tank doing a bit of damage, and oh, I've never seen a Terran game where the 2 players turtled this much before. I mean, PicNic, he could still slowly and surely get back into this game. But, you know, Sterling, he is maxed out. And, you know, I would love to see him tech transition into, you know, something else that might be able to get him a little more. Ooh, these Vikings are going to catch these medevacs. These Marines are going to catch these Vikings, though. But not too much. Not by too much. But, you know, I would like to see some tech transition over here, and it looks like Sterling going to be pushing more air units. Another starport in production for him. A fusion core. He's going to be making a battlecruiser transition. And, you know, that makes sense. He has so much money. If he remaxes on battlecruisers, it's going to be very difficult for a PicNic to handle. Now we have a huge Viking battle. All the Vikings being stationary in midair and hitting each other. Now Thor trying to take out the Vikings, but they are armored, and now these Marines coming in to try to take out these tanks, but these tanks take out the Marines very, very well. The Vikings land, but they are taken out by the tanks. Quite a blunder here from Sterling. I'm not sure why he did that. Scans going down again and again from all of these players. Ooh, nice shot there from this tank. But this tank looks like it's screwed in a bit. Boom. There it goes down, but Sterling, he is still maxed out. He's building another starport, or is that the same starport as before? I have no idea. But now we have a few starports ready to build battle cruisers for Sterling, and that is just going to be the last straw. Not enough anti-air here for PicNic. These Thors don't do any damage to battle cruisers at all. They just melt to battle cruisers. And Sterling just solidifying his lead here, getting those 3 battle cruisers, getting some more battle cruisers, but just killing off his own units here, trying to free up some supply for some battle cruisers. But no, what's a better way than killing off your own units? Suiciding them into the enemy. And there we go, a Thor drop right next to these tanks. Oh, PicNic has to unsiege these tanks, and there he goes. But this Thor going to do enough damage, and these 2 Thors going to be shooting at each other. Slowly but surely, Marines taking down this missile turret. That was just the funniest Thor battle ever. You never see any sort of Thor battles like that before, but now PicNic taking control over here, finally getting this orbital command up and running, and missile turrets everywhere. However, these battle cruisers are now operational. Where are they? They are joining the fleet of Sterling. This is a huge mech fleet over here. I'm surprised that Sterling doesn't even have some SCVs over here to repair, but now it looks like he's moving in for the final push. Or not. So now, battle cruisers moving in, taking out these Hellions left and right, taking out these tanks left and right. PicNic unsieging his tanks. Oh, he's taking heavy losses. Marines walking into the line of fire. Tanks are re-sieging up, but this battle cruiser's just doing so much damage there, and these tanks even doing a lot of damage as well. Tanks friendly firing each other because of the landed Marines, and Sterling taking a convincing lead here with his battle cruisers. But PicNic has not given up yet. He's going to repair this Thor for eternity. Just make sure that his Thor always stays alive, and he will be okay. That is the power of Terran repair. Now, 2 Vikings here from PicNic trying to kite these battle cruisers, but ever since that speed buff, it is a lot more difficult to kite battle cruisers. These battle cruisers don't even care. Ooh, and these 2 battle cruisers moving in position, and look at this, Yamatoing the 2 Vikings. Vikings did not stand a chance, and here we have a huge battle cruiser Thor fleet from Sterling coming into PicNic's base. There is the GG from PicNic. Congratulations to Sterling for taking this game.